Blasphemy.
Freebird. Coming to you not quite live from Pineda Studios. I'm Sascha Saintevic. With me is Briano Hawk. Briano. Hello, how you doing?
All right.
All right.
What's with the smooth jazz talk going on right now?
That's just my real voice. I usually have to take it up a few pitches so not to intimidate.
Normally you're like,
hi.
Normally you're more enthusiastic when you start off the show. You're more like
laid back.
Welcome to Saints of Blasphemy.
It's the soothing glasses that you're wearing. It's a soothing glasses.
Yeah.
Also, all the bikers that are around these days, you can't be too enthusiastic.
You can't call them bikers, goddammit.
Can't call them bikers? Is it because
they're a bunch of posers, man?
For those of you who don't know, we're in Austin, Texas, and there's like a biker convention going on?
Right rally.
Okay, that thing. Briano Hawk over here is I guess
I've been calling them posers because they're not on the bikes like I am every day. They're just bringing out their little toys, the little plastic things that they come and park in a parking lot and turn on the flashlights and like, oh, look at my bike, isn't it pretty?
So you're saying to you, it's not just to you riding a motorcycle isn't a hobby; it's just what you do. You seem to have a lot of resentment how it's
because they freaking don't use their motorcycles; they just use them for play. That's it. They bring it out to show it. I'm like, look, I'm a biker. I have my jacket.
Don't forget the patches.
He's like, you're bullcrap. That's all you are. I don't care what patch you have.
What's
you don't ride
patches?
your bike.
See, I don't ride bikes.
I don't know. I don't know what the
idea.
patches are for either. Don't ask me.
It's like a leather jacket with patches. Leather vest, I should say.
What it is, it's
biker clubs.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's biker clubs like Hell's Angels and junk. But if Hell's Angels sees all these douchebags, they'll be like, stop riding a bike. You pieces of crap.
Saying Hell's Angels doesn't show up to these sort of things?
Nah, because they're a true biker gang. They actually cause trouble and, are a gang.
They're up to all sorts of shenanigans.
Yeah. Not these little monkeys who just show up and show off their bike and like, oh, look at it.
So you're going to be glad
it's shiny.
You're going to be glad once they're gone, huh?
Oh, yeah. Because then they can stop trying to ride with me.
What do they like? I know it's like bikers, you guys do like a sort of like a... Like you say hi to each other as you ride.
You just wave at them.
Yeah, that's like there's sort of a camaraderie between you guys. Not between you and them. You don't give a shit about them, but
yeah,
they try to have a camaraderie with you.
No, it has nothing to do with it. It's just saying, oh, hey, it's just like you wave at people when you pass them. Who let you in? You're like, oh, thank you.
Oh, well,
that's all you're doing is like, hey, good job, riding your bike, not dying yet.
Yet. The yet is very important.
Yes.
Speaking of dying, the autopsy is in now on Prince.
Yep.
I mean, it's been in for like a week or so, but the autopsy is unofficially. It seems to be an overdose. Whether it was intentionally overdose, they were making a suicide, or whether it was an accidental overdose. They're probably thinking it was an accidental overdose on painkillers, prescription painkillers.
Yep. I heard Kimbo Slice died too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do we add that to the list as well?
Nah, he's not a musician, so. But yeah.
Well, now that what's the...
A coworker of mine was telling me Kimbo Slice died. I was like, oh.
Muhammad Ali too.
That sucks. Yeah, Muhammad Ali
Cassius
as well.
Clay.
But, whatever.
He went to rap.
Yeah.
You heard that, Clem?
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, it's a sports thing, I guess. He hasn't been in the sports scene or in the scene in a long time. I mean, yeah, he was a great boxer and all that stuff, but I mean, I don't think he should be like a 3-day funeral and everybody like, oh my God, Muhammad Ali. Well, it's like, yes.
To me, in general,
he was a character, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's not so much about what he did. When it comes to funerals, I feel like that should be more of a private thing between, because funerals are as much about the person that died as it is for the family.
Yeah.
So I feel like those should always be Parliament. I don't really need to be privy to that.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no need to invite me to that because as much as you feel connected to a personnel that's famous, you don't know them. You don't know, Muhammad Ali could be your idol. You don't know Muhammad Ali. You don't know Prince. You don't know who they are. You don't have the same connection.
That's the thing is, I mean, yeah, it's true. Funerals, they should be private. They should be just the family members, even if you're famous or not. It doesn't matter. You know. if Joe Schmo down the block dies, there's not going to be a television, like, oh yeah, he died. We're just going to have a 3-day funeral and people can buy tickets to the. I was like, no.
Well,
he died, a private thing. Same for Muhammad Ali or Kurt Cobain or
remember when Michael Jackson died? Axl Rose. Put an asterisk on that one. It's coming at some point. His soul died with Chinese democracy.
Axl Rose's career.
Axl Rose's career, which died with a Chinese democracy. The 10-year. It was a 10-year death, but it eventually showed up.
Yeah.
But do you remember the Michael Jackson funeral? That was sort of a big spectacle as well.
Oh yes, they're all the. That's the thing is all like the big, celebrities are pretty much. It's been a spectacle. I mean, Michael Jackson had the whole like Staples Center. That's where his funeral was. That's an entertainment.
And they had a whole long list of people. Celebrities would show up. Al Sharpton would show up, and everybody would show up.
Al Sharpton shows up to everything. He has nothing else to do.
That is true. But the thing that I found interesting that I commented on as that was happening is Michael Jackson has this core group of fans, and rightfully so. He did, as far as music, you can't really tell the history of music in the late 20th century without mentioning Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
he had a big influence and he had a lot of talent. But by the time of his death, he had, as far as the public was concerned, he had been reduced to a bit of a punchline, personality-wise. I mean, he was the butt of jokes. Anytime you want to mention anything as it seems weird now when you like rephrase it, but a lot of child molestation jokes would involve Michael Jackson. The whole is changing this, his skin color.
He is the
there was
only black man to become white.
According to Mormonism, that's the only way any black person is going to get into heaven. So ask your fellow Mormon about that, whether Michael Jackson made it. But you know what I mean, as far as his personality, his esteem in the public side became a joke. Then when he died, within 2 to 3 hours of the announcement of his death, suddenly everybody in the world was a Michael Jackson fan again.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they weren't like a day earlier. They made fun of him. They laughed at him. They called him ugly. They called him stupid. They called him crazy. They called him, weird and strange and an oddball. Suddenly they're all like, oh, Michael Jackson meant so much to me. Well, he didn't mean much to you a week ago. Suddenly he means everything to you? Oh, I was such a big fan. Name a song that isn't Thriller or Beat It or Bad. Like, name 5 Michael Jackson songs. A lot of them, I know you and I can name them, but so I'm not asking you to do it. This hypothetical I'm responding to these people.
Yeah.
I feel like people just sort of have this natural response. Anytime any famous person passes away, they feel this connection. Even though they may not have given a crap about that person at all or given them any thought whatsoever. Suddenly they're like, oh, this person meant so much to me. Yeah. Michael Jackson meant everything to me. Prince meant everything to me. Muhammad Ali was my world. Every day I woke up, I thought, I'm going to be like Muhammad Ali. Did anyone really, like in our generation, think of Muhammad Ali that much? Maybe people who aspire to be boxers.
That's the thing is, as a boxer, he was looked up to in that sense because he was good at what he did. Yeah, but sure. I mean, same thing you can say for Mike Tyson. He was good at his time. Sonny Liston, all those. There's Rocky Marciano and blah, blah, blah. There's so many people, like in boxing, who are, good. They were good at their time. They were brilliant at what they did. They were innovators in the boxing community in that sense. But, I mean...
But when it comes to these spectacles of, like, them dying, like, that's the thing I want to focus on. Not so much whether Muhammad Ali was good or not. I mean, that's the thing.
It's they got famous or known for it. When they die, it should be, oh yeah, this person died. But that's it. Not, okay, we're going to have a 3-day festival because
especially because
whatever
the
and
star,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but the star had sort of begun to fade. Michael Jackson's stardom did begin to fade. And I know there are people who are going to be listening like, no, I was a Michael Jackson fan from the end, from beginning to end. I loved them all the time.
Yeah, no.
Sure, whatever. You, the outlier, yeah. The public at large did not. Yeah. Because I remember all the Michael Jackson jokes leading up to the very day that he died.
Yeah.
Well, don't tell me that they didn't exist.
Here's the thing, though. Just talking about like recent people who died. Michael Jackson, David Bowie, Lemmy, Prince, stuff like that. Michael Jackson, big old festival. David Bowie, I don't remember seeing a festival.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing anything. Lemmy, it was just a side quote. Oh, Lemmy died. Well, but he's going to be mourned. Prince, nah, I don't remember a big old festival or anything for him, and he's the most recent one.
He might still come.
Other than Muhammad Ali. Why have it?
It seems
that's the thing. Strange. Is why? I mean, there's Prince is a big name. He's been around for a while. He's one of those who's like Michael Jackson. He's an innovator in the music industry, and he contributed a lot to a bunch of artists and wrote songs and had multiple hits. And this is up to like more recent stuff. Michael Jackson didn't really have more hits than Prince. They're about the same in that sense. But yet Michael Jackson, big old festival. Prince, only his fans who were like, "Oh, we mourn him, but we're gonna put the flowers at his Paisley Park, stuff like that." But that was it.
But I think I know the answer to that. Michael Jackson had a love-hate relationship with the. I'm not saying he himself probably resented all the attention that was coming his way, but the media loved to put attention on him for whether it was good or bad. In his worst moments, in his best moments. So they took the opportunity, in his last moment, to milk that as much as they could. And you can talk about the perversity of it as well as our consumerism of that sort of things. And like I said, the way about Prince wasn't as much of a media spectacle as Michael Jackson was. Not to the extent of Michael Jackson was, for all intents and purposes, and I'm choosing this word very broadly, he was turned into a clown by the media. Prince wasn't.
Yes,
that's the difference.
Exchanged.
Prince, unlike Michael Jackson, Prince wasn't turned into a punchline the way Michael Jackson was. Michael Jackson was a punchline for late night comedians. He was a punchline for TV talk show hosts.
The thing is with Prince, he has his own little thing that people use as spectacle, like him making comments that the internet is dead. People made fun of it. But the comment was, in a sense, made because the music industry is getting killed by the internet, and the internet should be taken differently than what it is.
He's got it backwards, and some the internet says the music industry.
The way he said it though, he had a meaning behind it, and I can't think of the what he meant by it at the moment. But when he made that statement, people were making fun of him. It was like, well, the internet's not dead, whatever. And it was basically, saying that it's like iTunes and everything has taken over things, and it's killing the internet because it's not being used for like research and what it usually is used for now. Now you're looking for either porn sites or YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, your social network junk. It's pretty much, to me, is dead in that sense. The problem with
when you make a statement like that, partly you say it because you say it in a way that's meant to be easy to digest. The internet is dead is easier to say than what I mean by this is a great nuance thinking. When I say the internet is dead, it sounds more like, for the way you're describing to me, is what he means is the internet is dead and diminished because it's not standing up to a standard that I think would utilize it to the best of its capability. Well, that seems more like it. But that's very different than simply saying the internet is dead. The internet, of course, is not dead. It's very much flourishing. That's what people make fun of.
That's the thing is, like I said, he had his meaning when he said it. He had a reason.
He has a meaning, but when you reduce it to one word.
And then I'm doing my sense of it because I think you're
making sense of it.
No. For myself, I think that statement is true because not many people use the internet for anything other than either social media or YouTube or any of that stuff or porn. It's really all they. That's what I think. It's really all they use it for.
Majority not many people. Communications are going through the internet these days in one way or the other, including your professional communications as well as your private communications.
But that's the thing is most of it. Unless you're using it, unless you are a professional and you're using it. Like you're making money off of stuff and you're a big business, you're not using it. You're not using it for professional
My
communications
job
in a sense.
relies though on
No,
the
but
internet.
you're not using it for professional stuff. You're doing it because your job is like, okay,
company
this
that
is
I work
how
for utilize
we're
it.
going to
That is
send emails
professional.
back and forth. Yes, but you're not using it as yourself. You aren't using it as a, okay, I'm using, this is my research, here's my website, I'm doing all blah, 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 and I'm sending it out throughout the world. You're not. That's the
as
thing.
an extension.
You're not. You are using it because your company, because the company you're with.
Yeah, the company is
because
utilizing
the company you're with is,
Briano,
is
hold
like,
on a
okay,
second.
this is just the easiest way to communicate, so we don't have to give everyone else each other's numbers. Yes, you may be using it through the business you're in, but other than that, you're not using it for anything. You didn't use it for your last job that way. You didn't use it for the job before that way. You used it as a
my last job. Yes, I did. The last job, we're not going to list any company names because when you list company name, it sounds like you're speaking further, but many companies look down on that. But the last job I had before this one, the internet, as well as the intranet that constructs
the internet for the business. It was used to link the businesses together. You didn't use it personally, is what I'm saying.
You use it personally every time you sign on to it.
No, you didn't use it personally for the business. You used it because
the business
had to use it to communicate with each other. That's
and
what
you
my
are a
statement
component
is.
of it.
No, but that's what the
But
statement
you're a component
is.
of it.
You're not using it at your house. You're not using it at the house saying, okay, well, I'm going to use this, and that. You're not.
It's
because
used,
it's a
though.
business. No, the statement is
a component of your job is to use it, though. Whether or not you're using it in your house, it's not your business. Nothing.
No,
hold on. Nothing.
No. The statement is the fact that you're not using it as your business.
Why
you're
would
using
I use
it at the business? There's this difference. The internet is dead in that sense because of the fact you're not using it out of business. You're using it
then
for
every
the business.
single component that involves my job is dead as well because I don't use it in my house. I don't use transfer calls in my house. I don't even use landlines in my house.
Exactly.
Hold on, I'm not finished. For a large part, I don't take memos in my house. I don't use notepads in my house. Not really. I don't use any sort of elaborate labeling system in my house.
Exactly.
So all of that is dead. Adhesives are dead. Post-it notes are dead. If you want to, the problem with this thing is you can extrapolate whatever Prince said or something like that, and you can interpret it in a way where it makes sense, like I did. You can say what he means isn't that the internet as a means of communication, as a part of your life, your daily life, because a lot of it is going online now. Paying your bills, you use the internet a lot of times. That is something you use on a daily basis, and it's not pornography. It is simply the way by the method you use in order to ease the communication in your life.
Now the thing is, like I said, and you even just stated the fact you didn't use it at your own home. The business is being used for the business. Yes, you use it to do.
It's still a part of your daily life.
Yes, you use it to do your online. Your bill pays, your whatever, stuff like that. The thing is, you're not doing that constantly. You're not doing it every day. You're not doing any of that stuff.
Most things I don't do constantly.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But the statement, it is therefore dead.
The statement that the internet is dead
is a hyperbole.
Is the fact that it is dead. It's not being used for anything other than, like I said, most people who use the internet at their house.
What do you think the internet was made for?
Most people who use the internet at their house are not going to bill pay every day. They're not doing.
What do you think the internet was invented for?
They're not doing.
Do you know what it was invented for originally?
At their home?
Do you know what it was invented for?
They're not doing multiple things.
Do you know what it was invented for?
They're doing it as a
originally?
recreational thing to just waste time and slack off and do everything else. They're not.
You can say the same thing about most people who listen to music.
That's why the statement is the internet is dead because of the fact that it's not getting used for what it was being used in the first place, which is communication between the parties and learning things.
It was meant for military communications originally.
Yes.
So then by that it died the second it stopped being used for military communication. Then it was that. So then by that extension, simply because piece of technology evolves does not mean that it's dead. It means that its function changes.
So what's the topic for today?
I thought this was the topic.
No, it has nothing to do with music.
Because no, the only problem I have is like, because if your argument is like, well, it's become a leisure activity, it's just the way what people just do we just slack off on, and it's something that we do just to waste our time. Well, you can say that about listening to music as well. Someone can make the argument, music is dead because you're not using it for any greater purpose. For a lot of people, you put the headsets on, you sit down, and you zone for about an hour or two.
That is the purpose of music, though. I mean, so you're saying that all those people who are posting on Twitter, oh, I'm going here, I'm doing this, here's my Instagram, here's this, they're using it to do stuff? No,
they're doing something.
Slacking off. They're slacking off. They're
fine.
wasting the potential. They're wasting the potential of what
has
the internet
no greater
can do.
purpose.
It has multiple purposes.
It has no greater purpose. It has
does
no.
too.
You must
Research,
use it.
learning.
You can use it, but there's nothing that says
that's a greater purpose.
It's not ingrained in the cosmos,
that's
in the
greater
fabric
purpose
of the cosmos.
So you're saying. So you're
you must
saying.
use the internet for a greater purpose.
So what you're saying is all those idiots who are tweeting every single second of the freaking day, or Facebooking, or Instagramming, are using it to greatest purpose, or using it for something. No, they could be using it for. No, they can be using it for stuff like learning, education.
You could be using your life to cure cancer. Why aren't you?
Probably, if I knew how, I would.
Well, you're not using your life to your greater purpose.
That's not my research. That's not what I go into. If I was going into medical like other people, then yes, I would be my greater purpose.
But then
to learn how to cure cancer.
Not having done that.
Because I don't have the education. I don't have the mindset to do that. Because I'm not smart enough
Some people don't have the mindset to use the internet for anything other than the post-cat
Most people don't.
Yeah,
but everybody for the most part. That's why I don't use the internet.
That's not
for the most
an
part.
indictment of the technology. It's an indictment against the people.
It's still the fact the statement is true. The internet is dead in that sense, and I stand by that. Yes, and I agree with what Prince said, because it is a stupid comment, but it is a very, very strong one that can mean multiple things, and it actually works out very well.
I think it's
because of the fact that it isn't being used for what it is.
It's too absolutist. We should probably move on from here because we wasted enough time on it, but it's too absolutist.
Yeah,
sounding in it, and I don't like when you state something like that. Yeah, he got ridiculed for it. I know you want to defend it for it, but yeah, there's a way people can ridicule that, as they are entitled to. Oops.
yeah. If you heard that, as my phone just went off, I totally forgot to mute it.
You're such a slacker.
Yeah, because
so unprofessional.
I spend too much time on the internet. I
don't know, man. You got those glasses on; they make you sound all smart.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's transition from this to something. Do you think music should be mindless? Not like mindless, but should it just be something that touches you in a leisurely level, just something that you like? Or do you think it should be...
Touches me all over.
Or do you think it should have a greater purpose?
Music has always been the same. Going back to the beginning of time, when music was started. Not the beginning of time music was started, but when music was started at that point.
When God said, let there be iTunes.
Music was done, or was created for that purpose. Leisurely and relaxing and enjoying sonic mathematic notation in a sense, and breaking using sound waves and breaking barriers in that sense to have people relax. When like Bach and Mozart and all them stuff were doing things, they didn't that was their job, to create things. People would show up to the concerts and listen to it. The reason why they wouldn't listen to it at their home is because, one, there was no possible way of doing it. There was no iTunes, no CDs, no cassette tapes, no laser discs, no radio of any sort. There was no way of listening to it. If it was available then, I'm sure they would have used it for a leisurely thing. So music, going back to the statement you said, well, music is dead. No, because
I didn't say music was dead. I said someone could say that using their logic.
Yes, but the thing is...
Don't put words in my mouth.
No. You said music is dead in that sense, and like I said, I was going to go into it. Music has always been used for the exact same way as it is now. So therefore, it can't be dead in that sense, because it is being used for what it was created in that, Even when you go to religious hymns and monks moaning and groaning and whatever the Gregorian chants. That music is tonal, so it's made to do stuff and express, and leisurely time to listen to. So it's always been the same.
My question was, do you think it functions better when it's when the focus is leisurely, individual pursuit, or do you think it functions better when it has a greater message? Because many artists, especially like the ones who are more politically inclined, try to make the music, try to use music
like Rage.
Yeah, sure, like Rage, but even like John Lennon in his later age, political activism.
I guess a lot of people would know John Lennon, but more political than anything is Rage Against the Machines, which is
but their whole thing is political.
Yeah, then there's a couple things Beck has done, and Dylan and everything else. Yeah,
some people make it essential focus, but some people would say that's what makes it makes music mean more when it does it. Well, others would say no, the reason it confines it too much. Whereas if music is simply made for the sense of enjoyment, you can individualize it much better. Like each person can individualize it for themselves. Like if you have like Rage Against the Machine singing about like the ills of the capitalistic system, you can't extrapolate that into anything other than the ills of the capitalistic system. You can't be like, well, to me, what this means is be happy.
Yeah.
Like they're very specific with the message. Whereas opposed to you can have a song where it talks about maybe like I'm feeling the pains of everyday life, and then finding like the end, and like things get better in the end. There's nothing specific about it. You can use it to mean, like right now the current political system that I have is bad, but maybe it'll get better later on. Or you can use it to mean the current job I have is bad, but it's going to get bad later on in relationships or whatever.
Yeah.
You can individualize it to whatever mood you're in. Do you think though it's better, not better, do you think that musicians do a better job when they don't make the songs too strict that way?
The thing is, I think every musician, in a sense, uses it to make a statement. Mm-hmm. Is it like a political, non-political, whatever? Because that is what music is, or songs, not in a sense music, but songs and lyrics. They are there to get a emotion across, a meaning across, some sort of thing. And you can see it as either political, like Rage Against the Machine, or you can put it as whimsical, like Enya, or whatever. You can put it like the teeny bopper and pop music stuff, like Taylor Swift and Hanson at the time, and things like that. And so it's hard to say which is better, if it's a political, trying to get your message across politically, mm-hmm. or if you're just trying to entertain people by making, random lyrics and, story in a sense, because before Katy Perry did I Kissed a Girl, there was, Jules Sobule who did I Kissed a Girl, and it was, I like her version better than Katy Perry's, because it's original and it's a whole different thing. They're not the same song. It's not a cover of one, from my understanding.
Just the same title.
But it's the same title, and it's still the same concept. But Jules Sobule, I think, had a better song than Katy Perry. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's just entertainment in that sense. So, I mean, that's the thing is, do you want to, is that better than Rage Against the Machine saying, or not, we'll go away from Rage Against the Machine, but Flowbots, very political band.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they actually
formed during a political
rallies and stuff. Yeah, they actually still during whatever, they'll show up and on Hill, whatever, Capitol Hill or any of that junk, anything, and they show up. Active. Yeah, they show up with the any sort of rally, and they actually do performances and raps and stuff at the place. And so they're very, political. But I actually do like their songs, like Handlebars. If it's a political message, I don't get it.
Well, last verse kind of goes more into like when it's about like I can destroy the world with a nuclear bomb.
But it's
leading
I don't
up to that though.
The thing is, I don't see it as a political song, but I think it may be. I mean, it probably is, because they are a very political band.
Mm-hmm.
but I can ride my handlebars, or I can ride my bike with no handlebars. No handlebars. I was like, if that's supposed to mean something,
well, that's
what?
It is a clever method. So like as far as like when it comes to music or musicianship, you create a song that has a good tune, a tune that a lot of people, it's going to appeal to a lot of people, and if the tune appeals to you, then the message itself sort of becomes irrelevant in a sense. Like John Lennon's song Imagine, very popular, very much a big hit. It's anti-capitalistic, it's anti-religious if you listen to the lyrics of it, but a lot of people who are not anti-capitalistic or not anti-religious also enjoy the song.
Yeah.
And even like Johnny Cash's song, God's Gonna Cut You Down, very clearly stated what it means from the title to every single lyric.
Yeah.
However, you can be an atheist and enjoy the tune of the song.
Yeah.
And and many do, like simply because they like the sound of it. So that in that sense, the talent that you see, or the melody or the music sort of supersedes any message that you might disagree with.
Yeah, and that's the thing is
and so it depends how the delivery of it.
Yeah, but some songs which I think are more, people will see more as a entertainment thing and not a political thing, can really have some deep political meanings behind it, and what the band's truly trying to express, and if the artist can pull that off, like when they can pull that off to where it's, you hear it, enjoy it as just a song, as something entertaining, and yet can somewhat understand or even pick up the political meaning and not get offended by it, or like, oh, these guys are really, really political and against it, against whatever, then that's a great thing right there. Just alone to be able to pull that off, because that's hard enough to write a song that's entertaining, that can get heard by, millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. That's hard enough to write. I mean, I'm a musician and you've never heard any of my songs. Why? Because I'm not good enough to get it out there and stuff. Although, you're probably going to, if you stay tuned, you're going to start hearing some more of my stuff, just random, junk, or, we'll start a new channel in a sense, and start hearing
same channel.
It's same
the
channel.
Badia label.
It's a same production company, but it's, different thing. It's just going to be, music in a sense, stuff I've created, and whatever, maybe some other videos of little artsy stuff. We'll see what's what from there. But like I'm saying, it's a very difficult thing to write a song that can be entertaining and political at the same time. Like Imagine, a lot of people love that song. Very political in that sense of
what it actually says.
Yeah, what it's saying and stuff. Handlebars from Flowbots. I love the song. It can be political. There's a song by Chronic Future, which is the same type of thing. Is sending people off to war and on all this whatever. And I love the song, but it can be very political if you want to think about it. It's like anti-war in a sense, and like military and stuff like that. But it's not bad. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course. There are sometimes it's funny when songs get misinterpreted. What they mean, like "Born in the USA" was seen as a patriotic anthem when it was supposed to be the opposite.
Yeah.
Then it's sort of
I'll be watching you.
Yeah, which was a stalker song, but it's played at weddings.
Yeah.
Sting himself said like, "Yeah, good luck with that." And it was a song about stalkers. Yeah, a lot of times that happens though. You can read into, like, it's hard to do satire in a song sometimes because people can't always read the sarcasm in it, depending on except how obvious you make it.
Yeah,
like they say, the best satire, you can't tell the difference between whether or not it's satirical or whether or not it's serious. And in music, it's really hard, and it's a testament to someone's talent if they can actually make it so you can't see you can enjoy the song, but you can't really tell the music what it means too much. Now, sometimes it kind of fails because you feel like you're getting hit over the head with a message. Like I think maybe Creed would fall into that category where people are like, we got it. We know exactly what this. You're gonna take you higher.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's what and that creates a backlash. Even people who might be receptive to your message sort of going to like enough.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is, I mean there are bands that are really like religious bands who really try to shove it down your throat. And then there are religious bands who they're like, well, we're religious, but that's not our music. We play whatever,
You can interpret it religiously if you want to, but you don't have to.
There's tons of like heavy metal bands and stuff who are all tattooed up and stuff, but they're a highly religious band. But you wouldn't tell because of the way they look and, whatever. But some of their songs they're singing are like, about God or praising God or whatever. But you couldn't really tell by the style of music because they, tattooed and pierced up and just really metal looking as what they think, the drug addict looking whatever, who, you wouldn't trust them. But they are very highly religious, and they're always spoken about it and stuff like that. You can look at bands who are religious, but they don't really sing too much on religion stuff, like Flyleaf. Some of their songs have nothing to do with religion. They're just entertaining, they're fun, they do whatever, but they're a religious band. Or at least they started off as a religious band. From my understanding,
the members are probably so. It's always like
not saying that they're not religious. It's just they were like a Christian band, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna get a bigger audience, or we're gonna get better.
Once you go on mainstream, you try to appeal to as many as you can, at least if you want to remain relevant.
Yeah, or like Pillar that I mentioned, a couple episodes ago, religious band that I know of. But I like them. They're heavy metal. They're not heavy metal, but they're a rock band, stuff like that. POD. Yeah,
POD. I was never a POD fan.
Nor was I.
They were pretty big in the early 2000s, like when I was in my teenage years. But I don't know, for some reason, I can't for life of me name a single POD songs right now. I know this song. Like if you play it, I know what it is.
We are.
Yeah, there's that one. Oh yeah, yes I can. No, Youth of a Nation.
Yep.
Oh, and then I'm thinking of a couple of my high school years are coming back to me. So much acne.
Backney?
Both.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
So
with your model girlfriend, and you didn't have any acne at all.
So much.
With
so much social awkwardness
and weirdness. Well,
my shitty garage band. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll have to dig up some footage so everyone can laugh at me.
Yeah. Yeah. With you and your hot girlfriend
there
drummer.
There was nothing subtle about our message. Our message was we kind of suck, and we know it, and we're gonna fake through this.
After your 4-month tour, I don't think.
What do you think that going back to the podcast and away from my shitty, awkward teenage years? Do you think that the delivery of who the musician is kind of matters when it comes to, like, do you think like a message can be easier perceived when it is one person doing it as opposed to when it's a different sort of artist? Because you can have an artist that tries to do something. Think of, and people might think this is an absurd example, think of Vanilla Ice trying to break into hip-hop as a white guy. Yeah. And then a couple of years... and
he was the first white guy to do it.
Well, the Beastie Boys were.
He was the first white guy to do it. Not group. White guy.
But then
the only reason the Beastie Boys did it is because they came through the punk system, and then they said, "You know what? We're going to change that, and we're going to go with the
don't forget Blondie.
Rick Rubin with the big old massive beard, who started a rap label because Rick Rubin started it."
Don't forget to acknowledge Blondie.
Blondie, yeah.
First, what was the #1 hit? Rap hit.
Yeah.
To hit the charts.
Yeah, and all rappers and stuff give what is it I forgot their name. The whatever gang, or not gang, but the whatever with the 17-minute rap song to the hip hop hippity to hoppity. Don't stop begging. That one. That one got rap started. That's what everyone blames, or not blames. That's who everyone. That's who everyone says started it. But Blondie did hers before they did.
Freudian slip.
Yeah.
The problem is when you go into when you try to get it to the origin of any single genre, there will always be somebody who says, "No, actually, in my neighborhood, on our street corner, we actually were doing that very well before any single one." So I mean, it's sort of lost in history and legend.
Yeah,
like that's on any single genre. But what I was saying, like someone like a Vanilla Ice trying to break into that scene, like the mainstream hip hop raps, not like just hip hop, but like rap scene, was kind of made fun of. I mean, he had one hit, but pretty much he was goofy looking.
Yeah,
I mean, but then Eminem was taken much more seriously. Now, partially because some would say, even my name is Dre producer, the Aftermath Productions producer, so he had some cred to that. And others would say because unlike Vanilla Ice, his background was more authentic. He did grow up in the neighborhoods and in the places that he's describing. Vanilla Ice was a fictional character in some ways. Like he grew up in the Dallas suburbs. He didn't grow up in any gangster setting.
But I mean, that's the thing is, Vanilla Ice, I wouldn't consider gangster rap at all. I don't think he ever did. He tried to do a gangster rap
in interviews. He would try to say that he came from an underprivileged background when he.
It was a character in a sense that he did. Yes, because Death Row Records and everything else. The thing is, I mean, I don't think anyone would ever see him as a gangster rapper, and I don't think he would ever call himself gangster rap either. I mean, he actually got away from the rap scene and turned into a metal scene, but still rapping. And most people make fun of him for it. I actually liked his heavy metal album he did. It turned Ice Ice Baby into a heavy metal song too. Yeah, it was hard to swallow. It was actually I liked that whole album. It was heavy. It was with him doing his thing, but he was screaming. He was completely different than doing stop, collaborate and listen. He was actually screaming it. It was like, all right, cool. But
even in that sense, so when you see something like that happening, you kind of start thinking, okay, this artist is trying to throw everything at the kitchen sink, just seeing what sticks. And like just to say relevant in something, because like obviously then he must not have been too serious about the hip hop thing. He had to change into something else, and he had to change into another thing.
But I mean, that's the thing is he tried to do the hip hop thing for a while, and he just got laughed out of it for the most part. And so he changed it up. He went to his heavy thing, tried to do something different, and he got laughed about it. It's like, oh, he's a joke. With his songs suck and whatever. It was like, I liked it. I liked the fact that he had the balls to even try a different genre, and stuff like that. And he was all tattooed up, completely different than what he looked like before with his puffy pants in a sense.
His MC Hammer looking, MC Hammer light.
His
no
pun
eyebrows. Intended. On the MC Hammer light.
Yeah. But I mean,
MC Hammer would be someone that goes back like what we were talking about as far as music having a deeper message, or music having being more about like leisurely enjoyment, because MC Hammer's music was very much just having a good time. Like there wasn't really anything there's nothing in that music where you're like, I get a deeper meaning from this, like unless you really want to stretch it. It's about move around and have a good time.
It's about a guy meeting Stanley, and Stanley got some shoes, and Stanley was a cool dude,
and then Hammer Man. Anyone who has a nostalgic feeling about 90s cartoons the way I do has to account for the shittiness of the MC Hammer cartoon.
Okay, here's the thing. 90s. If anybody has ever seen the MC Hammer cartoons, who is an American, who knows them.
In Europe, it was big.
Feel free to leave a message at the website or whatever, or Twitter account,
anywhere you find us,
for wherever you find us, and let me know on that, because of the fact that I have not met one American who actually knows what the hell this is.
No American
knows about it at all, ever heard about it. When you show them it, they're like, what the hell is this? And it's like, well, it was supposedly made in the US because it is an MC Hammer cartoon. So if anyone has ever heard about it, seen it, please let me know. The only
place I saw it airing on TV was when I was a kid, when I was living in Germany in the 90s. I thought it was known here, so when I brought it up to a couple people first, they were like, I never heard of it. Then I showed the intro to them on YouTube, and they were like so amazed. It's like one of those things where, but an artist tries to branch into everything.
Yeah.
Like he just try to milk as much money as he can.
Yeah.
And the result is Hammer Man.
Yeah. But I mean, that's whatever. Anyways, I should probably leave it with that.
Leave it with Hammer Man?
Yeah, leave it with Hammer Man.
You sure you want to leave on Hammer Man?
Leave it on the fact that if anyone's ever seen it, and you're American from America, not, been across seas and a child or anything.
Seek help immediately.
Just just let me know. Send it.
You just want to know whether that's true.
I just want to know if it's true or not, because I've never heard of it. Maybe it was, it's just I would never was watching TV when it came on or what. I am a child of the 80s, so I'm damn sure I would have seen it at some point. Even 90s, mid 90s, whatever, when Hammer was big. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing the King Koopa show. Not a lot of people knows that one. And what the hell happened to King Koopa? Why is he Bowser now? But that's a whole different thing. Yeah.
He had to undergo a name change. Remember, he's in the witness protection program.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But anyways, should probably
actually wrap it up at a proper time slot that we normally do.
Yeah.
So before we start,
I think we're actually running along. We're pretty far down there.
All right. Well then, for the sake of the timekeepers amongst us, we'll wrap it up now, and we'll be back next week.
All right, guys. See you.
Take care.